It doesn't get talked about much, but the 2010s were actually a fantastic time for great comedy movies. Some of the best and most creative original comedies arrived during this decade, including both box office successes and critically acclaimed darlings. In fact, each year of the 2010s featured a few standout comedy movies, making it difficult to pinpoint which was the best. Some years, it's an Academy Award contender, yet in other years, it's a quotable comedy with memorable lines and hilarious scenes. Regardless, they're all fantastic comedies that moviegoers love. 2010, Easy A. The decade for comedy got off to a good start. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Megamind, and The Other Guys are all strong, well-remembered films in the genre. There's also Adam Sandler's ensemble Grown-Ups, the Oscar-winning Beginners, and the action comedy Date Night, yet it's a teen rom-com that is the best. Easy A was a starring vehicle for Emma Stone after she had breakout supporting parts in Superbad and Zombieland. The film, inspired by The Scarlet Letter, tells the story about Olive, a high school student who turns negative gossip about herself to actually improve her social standing. Emma Stone is legitimately hilarious in the lead role from the famous Pocketful of Sunshine scene to every sharp comeback she delivers. The supporting cast is stellar too, led by funny turns from Stanley Tucci, Amanda Bynes, and Patricia Clarkson. 2011, Bridesmaids. 2011 is actually filled with fantastic comedy movies. The Muppets revival was outstanding, 50/50ths is funny and heartwarming, and the artist literally won Best Picture. There was also Crazy, Stupid, Love, which has a stunning plot twist and a hilarious ensemble. However, it's hard to find many movies funnier than Bridesmaids. This was a film that helped prove that female-led comedies could be as raunchy as they come while also being very well written, and being a beautiful story about friendship. The film focuses on the misfortunes a group of bridesmaids suffers before a big wedding. These events are all individually so funny, from the bathroom incident at the wedding dress store to the ridiculousness on the airplane. Bridesmaids is comedy gold. Melissa McCarthy even scored an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress. 2012, 21, Jump Street. Like 2011, 2012 featured some memorable comedy movies. Pitch Perfect was a blast, Moonrise Kingdom is Wes Anderson at his best, and Ted is classic Seth MacFarlane fun. The likes of Silver Linings Playbook and Seven Psychopaths are great films that lean more into other genres. In terms of pure laughs, 21, Jump Street is just a great time. The adaptation of the TV show from decades past was funnier than the series because Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum, Ice Cube, and the rest of the supporting cast worked so well together. The movie knows how absurd the premise, where two cops go undercover as high school students, is, and it uses that to its advantage. Whether it's the two main characters tripping on drugs or Jonah Hill's slam poetry scene, the film has non-stop laughs. 2013, The Wolf of Wall Street. In 2013, we were treated to the long-awaited Anchorman sequel as well as the final leg of the Three Cornettos trilogy, and while both were good, they didn't quite live up to the originals. We're the Millers and This Is the End are the top contenders besides the film we picked as the best one. The Wolf of Wall Street is a pretty genius comedy. It has elements of other genres and is another masterpiece from Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio, yet the best thing about it is that it's a riot at its core. DiCaprio has never been funnier and Jonah Hill delivers what's probably the best performance of his career. The film leans into the wacky side of the wild story of Jordan Belfort's life to give us some stellar comedy. The infamous Quaalude scene is some of the best physical comedy you'll ever see. 2014, What We Do in the Shadows. 2014 was another really good year for comedy, including the fact that Birdman or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance won Best Picture. Neighbors, The Lego Movie, 22, Jump Street, and The Grand Budapest Hotel are also strong contenders. In the end, the choice for the best film in the genre from 2014 is What We Do in the Shadows. The movie is a mockumentary that follows a group of vampires who live together in Wellington, New Zealand. The film spawned a popular series of the same name. What We Do in the Shadows comes from the minds of Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement, who also star as two of the vampires. The mockumentary style is utilized well, they do a good job of playing into vampire lore, and the werewolf scene is great. 2015, Pitch Perfect 2. The Big Short takes a serious subject and gives us laughs, The Lobster is an absurdist comedy, The Intern is heartfelt, and Tangerine is one of the better indie films in recent memory. There's also Spy, The Night Before, Trainwreck, and Sleeping with Other People in this loaded year. The top spot for the year comes from a fantastic sequel in Pitch Perfect 2. The original film from 2012 is a wonderful tale about an all-girls a cappella group in college, while the sequel follows their next misadventures with the stakes, cameos, and laughs raised. Elizabeth Banks does good work in the director's chair, Haley Steinfeld is a great addition to the cast, and surprise appearances from Snoop Dogg, the Green Bay Packers, and Pentatonix are hilarious. Pitch Perfect 2 is about as good as the original and a highlight of 2015. 2016, The Nice Guys. Deadpool was the big box office live-action comedy hit in 2016, while Finding Nemo led the way for animated comedy. The year was also home to underrated gems like Hunt for the Wilder People, The Edge of 17, and Popstar, Never Stop Never Stopping. That said, The Nice Guys is one of the best comedy movies in recent memory, regardless of the year. The film follows a private investigator and an enforcer who work together to investigate the disappearance of a teen girl. The mystery element is the core of the film, but the comedy makes it special. Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe have excellent chemistry as partners, while Angry Rice delivers a hilarious early performance. Shane Black's screenplay is also as sharp as it gets. 2017, Lady Bird. 2017 featured a few standout comedy movies including the blockbuster Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, the beloved Paddington 2, and the Oscar-nominated biopic, I, Tonya. The Disaster Artist is also very good, while the Lego Batman movie is one of the best films about the Caped Crusader. That said, Lady Bird did something special and would be the best comedy movie in most years. Written and directed by Greta Gerwig, the coming-of-age film follows the titular Lady Bird and her turbulent relationship with her mother before she leaves home for college. Lady Bird was a critical darling that sits at a 99% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, was nominated for 5 Oscars, and won 2 Golden Globes, including for Best Picture, Musical or Comedy. Saoirse Ronan leads a fantastic cast that also includes Timothy Chalamet and Beanie Feldstein.